And I think what I've loved about this so much is like the durability of it. It's not for lack of better terms, it's not a piece of crap.
Hi, my name is Jay Palmer, co-founder of Gunkii, a luxury tongue scraping company sold in over 50 countries. We're interviewing real people with real tongues and talking about their Gunkii experience. Let's get started. Here we are, and so you are tongue scraping. What type of changes are you noticing in your body, if at all?
It's the first thing that I feel like people would notice. The first thing that I noticed was like breath. It's really weird because I think if you were to think about it at like a very high level for the typical consumer, we can think of it like levels of cleanliness. And at the very bottom, it's just like you never brush your teeth, you never floss. That's, not many people, but that's the kind of person who you dread going to the dentist. You hate that, right? And then it's like the normal people. Maybe I floss 3-4 times a week and I brush my teeth once a day, right? That's like normal people. And then you get like the people who brush your teeth twice a day, floss your teeth twice a day. And that's like a really high level of cleanliness. You feel clean. And then the next step after that is how you feel after the dentist goes through it. And that's probably like the highest level that you've ever felt your mouth being clean. This takes you up like 1 degree past that, into a degree that you've never even known. Because if anyone does focus on their tongue, it's probably with their toothbrush. Maybe you've seen like a little thing on the back of your toothbrush and you've tried it. And I've never done that prior to this, and I didn't know the importance of that. And so I thought like, my breath was, I felt clean. I felt my mouth was clean. I felt my breath was okay after I would brush my teeth. But then this like changed it. If I think about the before and after, that's one of the most notable things.
Oh man, fantastic. We love to hear that. Now this is kind of a really, we love to call it disgustingly satisfying, and it could be an uncomfortable question, but are you comfortable describing what kind of gunk comes off of your tongue?
Yeah, it's the first time was like, it's on and off depending on like what you've eaten beforehand, what you've drank beforehand. Like if you've drank like wine or something like that, it is visibly more disgusting, but also paradoxically more satisfying. But on a day-to-day, if I'm, up to my thing, brushing my teeth, flossing my teeth, afterwards, it's just white. But on the instances where I do go out or I have, like a chocolate cake or something like that, when you scrape it off, it feels really satisfying, but you almost don't want to look at it. The problem is that like, it's like a car crash. You can't help but look. And so you look at it's like, let's turn on the water. Let's get this thing off. But yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. It's disgusting, and it's the body, and it's gross. And I'm glad that you can rinse it off and it's gone down the sink. Let's talk about design and packaging. What was the unboxing experience like for you? I'd love to get that feedback.
Yeah, I think very early on when you told me at the kind of your past ideation, but your prototyping, and one of the points that you really brought out was like, I want this to be an Apple-esque experience, right? The simplicity of the box, the experience when you open it kind of thing. When Apple, they have literally a division that goes through how they package their phones. And every time they release a new model, they have a team that plays with the weight. So you can hold the top and there's like this whoosh. There's like a team who goes and does that. So I feel like there was that level of detail put into that unboxing experience. And especially when you compare this against any market incumbent, it's not a comparison at all. Right? It's total night and day difference. And this is even before we talk about the materials that goes into making the product. So like the unboxing experience is like a very elevated luxury experience, I would say.
Oh man, that is fantastic. That is exactly what we were striving for. A luxury product, a luxury feel. Right from the moment that you touch it, you feel it and unbox it. And we're glad that it's resonating. Question for you: do you ever forget to tongue scrape? And if you do you notice it?
Yeah, disaster.
Really? Okay.
Disaster. So 4 days in the desert with my girlfriend for her birthday, forgot it. One of the first trips that we went and forgot it. And it's a mix of different water qualities over there compared to here. But your mouth just feels so hard. It feels like there's residue everywhere. And no matter how many times you brush your teeth or something like that, it doesn't feel clean. And it's one of these, it's like one of the stickiness factors with using this product, I would say consistently, is that you notice that difference. But then what happens is that your body acclimates to that new level of cleanliness and you don't notice it until you forget it. And then it's just like, oh my God, what is around me? I mean, I'll try it with floss, not the same thing. It's like I am desperate for something to get this stuff off my tongue right now.
Oh man. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like, for me, it's like if you don't brush and you haven't brushed for 2 days, which I haven't, but it's that hair on your teeth and you have that feeling, you just get that off and that's exactly what it feels like. Hey, listen, one last question. Thanks very much for taking the time. What advice do you have for people that are new to tongue scraping or don't know about tongue scraping?
It's personal, right? Like your mouth is personal to you. You know what feels best. If you take a second to look at this product compared to like anything else on the market, and remember when you were showing me the first ones, the Indian metal ones, if you were to bend it or give it any kind of thing, that metal would flex and it would never go back. And I think what I've loved about this so much is like the durability of it. It's not for lack of better terms, it's not a piece of crap, right? It's not like something made in China that you use 5 times and it breaks and it's done. Like there's longevity to this product. But for people starting off, like play around with it, but be consistent. So firmness. I like it really firm, but when my girlfriend uses it, she's like a little bit lighter on the tongue, I find. But I just like love the feeling of getting in there and getting everything out. So play around with it. And then for the people who are just like curious, just like looking at the crap that's on this thing after you do it, it's strangely satisfying. But yeah, make it your own personal experience.
Nicholas, thank you very much. Listen, I mean, most people don't know this, but I mean, this is the Gunkii. When we were designing it, we went through 30 different variations, worked with industrial engineers to get the arch geometry, the pliability, the right alloy. So we put a lot of love and care behind the scenes into this. And it's exciting when we know that people, when they feel it, they get it. You might not quite know the alloy or the touch, but it's kind of like we said it, like an Apple product, the simplicity of it. There's a lot of research that goes in the back there, and if we could be in the same breath as that company, not that we are, it's just very humbling. Nicholas, thank you very much. It's such a unique conversation to talk about your tongue and tongue scraping and the gunk that comes off of it. It's not lost on me that not everybody would love to talk about that kind of stuff, but you did. We are very grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nicholas Ning, and he's a tongue scraper. Thanks very much, Nicholas.